In our last battery test, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus was able to last over an hour longer than last year's iPhone XS Max. But today, the Note 10 Plus is going up against its true competitor in the iPhone 11 Pro Max, a phone that Apple says can last up to 5 hours longer than last year's model. And taking a look at the spec sheet, it might just be able to back up those claims. Not only is the iPhone 11 Pro Max rocking the new, more power-efficient A13 Bionic chip, but it also has the biggest battery we have ever seen in an iPhone at just under 4,000 milliamp hours. Of course, the Note 10 Plus still has the edge in that department though, with an even larger 4,300 milliamp hour battery. So it'll be interesting to see how these two phones stack up. Like, I'm excited to see what happens, so let's get right into it. Maybe the only sound sweeter than an iPhone 11 Pro Max being unboxed is that of a giveaway. And all you have to do to enter our iPhone 11 Pro Max giveaway is follow us at PhoneBuff on Instagram. And that's literally it. This giveaway is international, and we'll be announcing the winner on November 10th with all the links and info you need down below. Alright, we'll kick things off in the phone test, where after going on the same 1-hour phone call, the iPhone drops by only 1% compared to the Note's 5% drop in battery, which seems impressive, although I do have to say that we've noticed that iPhones kind of over-report on their battery percentage early on, so we'll have to see how the iPhone holds up here in the messaging test, where we have both phones texting back and forth with our automated chatbot. And after 1 hour, not only is the iPhone able to hold on to its lead, proving that the first test wasn't just a fluke, but it actually increases it by another 1%, putting it 5 percentage points ahead. So an impressive start for the iPhone, as each phone works on opening and scrolling through the same set of emails here in the email test, where since we're looking at these bright white displays, it is worth noting that we've calibrated the screen brightness on both phones precisely to 200 nits, making sure that things are as controlled and as fair as possible. And after 1 hour, it looks like the iPhone's 4,000 milliamp hour battery is holding up just fine against the Note's bigger 4,300 milliamp hour battery, with it adding yet another percentage point to its lead. Meaning things aren't looking so good for the Note. The iPhone has outperformed it in the last 3 tests in a row, so we'll see if the Note can turn things around here in the browser test, where after 1 hour, the Note does worse once again, with the iPhone adding another percentage point to its lead. Here in Instagram, we're doing what you would do in real life and scrolling through the feed, which not only has the phones loading up fresh new content, but also has the phones registering each and every swipe, which can affect battery life. And after 1 hour of scrolling, it's the same story. The iPhone outperforms once again, with it now 8 percentage points ahead as we move on to the standby test. Now, this standby test was really the only test where last year's iPhone XS Max outperformed the Note 10 Plus, so I expect the iPhone 11 Pro Max to do the same here. And after a full 16 hours, that's exactly what happens. The iPhone drops by only 6% in all that time, compared to the Note's 10% drop, giving the iPhone its biggest lead of the test so far, with it now a full 12 percentage points ahead. Here on YouTube, it'll be interesting to see if the iPhone's new 15% more power efficient display can increase that margin, as both phones cycle through the same set of videos with their speakers equally calibrated to the same decibel count. And after 1 hour, yes, the iPhone adds another 4% to the difference, allowing it to pull 16% ahead as we move on to the gaming test, where, at least according to Apple, the A13 Bionic's GPU uses up to 40% less power than last year's iPhone, so we'll have to see how that affects things here in Alto's Adventure, where after 1 hour of playing the game, the difference between its and the Note's isn't that big, but still in favor of the iPhone, with it pulling another percentage point ahead. Here in Maps, we're simulating navigation notification on each phone, with GPS turned on and both phones actively checking for traffic information, where after 1 hour, it's more of the same. The iPhone improves its total lead to 18%, which is a big difference compared to last year's iPhone XS Max, which died as soon as we started this Spotify test. But the iPhone 11 Pro Max not only lasts the entire hour in Spotify, but it outperforms the Note 10 Plus once again, with it at a healthy 24% compared to the Note's 5% of battery remaining. But both phones are still alive, meaning we move on to the super intensive Snapchat test, where not only do the phones have to record a clip using their microphones and cameras, but they also have to save that recording to storage, play back the video with sound, and then finally upload the video to Snapchat servers in a continuous loop, all of which drain that last 5% on the Note 10 Plus in just 3 minutes. We'll see how many more minutes the iPhone can endure, where after 38 minutes, the iPhone is still going strong, and after the full hour, it still has 12% of battery left to go, meaning the iPhone 11 Pro Max officially becomes the first phone that we've ever tested to make it to our app cycle test, where we open these apps, wait for them to load up, and then close them and repeat the cycle not just for a fixed hour, but until the phone dies. And with us constantly opening these apps up from scratch, we're putting that A13 Bionic chip and its CPU cores to the test, where Apple says it uses up to 30% less power than the A12 Bionic chip. And after 18 minutes of this intensive test, the iPhone is still going. A full hour in, and it's still going. And finally, after 1 hour and 5 minutes, the iPhone calls it quits, putting its total time at 27 hours and 5 minutes compared to the Note's 25 hours and 3 minutes, making the winner and the new PhoneBuff style battery test champ, the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Anyways, that is it for me in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the very next episode.